I have quite the Marge story for you. So I'm working last night, and we have a lady on hospice care who is getting comfort measures. She's not responding. She is transitioning. Um, you know, Preparing to pass away. Family's there. Um, Marge comes to work, and she's fine the whole day or the whole night. And this lady, she starts having the gurgling that a lot of times often happens when somebody is transitioning and they are about to pass away. They get this gurgling in their throat that you can't suction out, that it's kind of a natural thing. And so basically, it's just one of those natural processes. So at this point, we were giving medications for comfort care every hour. Family, they were very well versed with Marge. They knew her. The resident knew her, and they would often say hi to Marge, pet her, this, that, and any other. And so 1:30 comes, and I go assess the resident, give her her medications, and she is doing that transition, the sound that they make. I come out of the room, and Marge did not come with me. I guess from the recollection of the CNA that was on last night, she walked halfway down the hallway and then entered a room that another resident who is very close to Marge, and so she kind of stayed in there. So after I gave the medications, one of the family members came out of the resident's room, petted Marge. She was fine. And then when he was on his way back, she got spooked. And I was actually coming out of the resident's room, and he was headed back there. And I didn't see what had happened. I just heard this commotion, like Marge had gotten startled or whatever. Anyway, he says to me on the way past me, he goes, "Oh, she must not like me. She must be scared of me," or something like that. And I was like, "Well, I don't know." And so I looked into, he continued on to his mom's room, and I looked into the room that Marge had gone into. And she was standing like a statue, like right inside the door, but kind of like towards the corner of the room. The bed and the corner cabinet were kind of making an L shape, and she was just right in that corner there, staring and not moving. And I was like, "Come on, Marge, let's go back to the nurse's station." Nope, not moving, not even acknowledging that it's her mom here. And anyway, I kept trying to entice her to come on. Wouldn't move. And so I kind of went in there and I tried to kind of urge her with her collar. Nope, she was sat and she was not moving. So I motioned for the CNA to come down the hall. And so she comes down, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on with her. And so Carrie is like, "Come on, Marge," and nope, not having it. And so Carrie gets down on her level and she's like, come on, Marge. And Marge just gets a little bit of courage. She kind of looks out and inches towards the door. And I am standing at a place where it's kind of blocks down the hallway where the resident who was transitioning into the afterlife was. And so I don't know if that kind of created like a barrier of protection for her, or that gave her a little bit of courage. So she darts past Carrie, and Carrie and I are kind of blocking her from the end of the hallway that she is pretty much spooked from. And she speeds out there to the nurse's station, darts back, does it like a Dukes of Hazzard slide into the office desk. She slides into the desk, does not come out. And I'm like, I sit down, and it's 1:30, and I looked at Carrie and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I said, I have a pretty good idea of what's going on, but that was very, very, very weird. And so I wrote actually 1:30 down. And I put Marge next to it because I wanted to kind of see. I said, I bet she's going to pass away here pretty soon. And we just kind of shook our heads. Marge would not come out from underneath the desk. So 2 o'clock comes and the family calls, and I do pronounce the patient that she had passed on. So 2 o'clock, I come out, I call the hospice nurse. As I am actually on the phone with the hospice nurse, Marge comes out from under the desk, lays on her little cushion that she has there, and it's fine. And I go back and talk with the family, give them kind of updates on what's going to be happening from there. And I said, I'm kind of curious to see how she's going to react to you, to the son that she was really spooked by. And he goes, I am too. So anyway, long story short, she goes back out, or I'm back out at the desk, and he comes by on his way out of the facility, and he stops, and she gets up, wags her tail, wiggle butt that she is, and like nothing ever happened. And I just wish dogs could talk, because I want to know what she saw. She had this other incident with another kind of imminent death. However, that death did not occur at the facility, but I do feel like there were spirits in the room, because there was one point that she was terrified like this. And I feel sorry for how she was spooked, but it is quite just the observation that I was able... Oh my gosh, what does she have? She has my deer head that she is bringing out. Anyway, she had... It was just awesome to see. I feel bad that she was spooked and that was the situation, but it's just almost like I want to ask her, you know, you see those pictures of the spirit or the soul being lifted from the body, and you see those pictures and it going up and transferring energy, and I just wonder if that's what she saw. The son made a comment. I think it was my dad. My dad was walking down the hall. I just don't know if she'd be spooked by ghosts, but I don't know. It was pretty awesome. So it was pretty awesome to see.